Well, actually, at 14, I had a crush on Marvin Gaye, and I thought, well, I knew I was a closet singer, as it were, and I thought, well, if I got into singing just a little bit, and then I could go on and get my degree in psychology. And I thought, but I had to I figured the best way to meet Marvin Gaye would be to become a singer. So, interestingly, I went to talk to one of my teachers, and he introduced me to Richard Barrett, who became my manager. And he also managed a group called the 3 Degrees, who changed every week with another 2 or 3 different girls. So my first gig was at the Apollo Theater in New York, and Marvin Gaye was the headliner. And the 3 Degrees were on the bill, and so was I.
Wow.
And I remember going into his dressing room with my knees knocking, asking for his autograph, and he looked like he had a halo around him. And I got his autograph, but I lost the crush, but entered the love of singing. Marvin and I stayed friends until his tragic death. So I got into the business quite by a fluke. I mean, it took 10 years for my dad to speak to me again.
Not a bad career with that particular group, 28 gold and silver discs, so many hits as well.
That didn't happen until 1973. So all the years before, in the 60s, when we were working all over the world in Vegas and Miami and opening for Jerry Lewis and Dean Martin and all these different people, we learned how to perform. And I think that's what made the 3 Degrees appear to be an overnight success when England took them and adopted them.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's what I said about, successful in this country, obviously successful around the world. In fact, you sing in 6 different languages, don't you?
Yes, I do. I just feel it's a bit of an insult to go to another culture and expect them to speak English. And I mean, why can't we make an effort to try to speak their language? So I would get whoever came in for room service in Indonesia, whatever, I'd say, right, I had to say something to them in their language. If they turned around, I knew I said it right. And I start with the numbers so that I could call the other girls' rooms. The numbers and the food. If you can deal with that, you can survive in another country. You can order food and you can call each other's rooms.
Now, when did you start writing as well? Because some of the hits later on you wrote, the run of particularly with Giorgio Moroder and several of the others. When did the writing begin?
When I was 14, I recorded Little Red Riding Hood. The second single I released was called I Weep for You. I co-wrote that with Richard Barrett. He actually taught me the format for songwriting. And I then started writing with, who you would know him as General Johnson. He was chairman of the board at that time. And then I wrote something with Leon Huff. And then I wrote the film score To the Golden Lady with Gary Gavarance. But it's kind of grown, rather, over the years. It wasn't something I set out to do. It's something I just enjoy. And then I went into writing the book.
Let me just ask you one thing. Everybody talks about 3 Degrees, always refers to the fact that you were Prince Charles's favourite band or singing group at the time, and that was certainly true, wasn't it?
Yeah, it killed our sex life. We could not get arrested. I mean, it really, really dead in the water. 3 gorgeous single girls at a discotheque, sitting there in the corner, and everybody would just look at us. And I thought, my God, this has got to stop. This has got to break. So I got up, and I went to this really tall, gorgeous guy, and I said, "Would you like to dance?" No, I can't dance with you. You're Charles's angel. I thought, oh my God, this is awful. I'll never get anything. I'll never get arrested.
Well, we're on the subject of your sex lives. I don't want to go. Don't want to go into too much detail here, but I've got the album here, Philadelphia International Records, The 3 Degrees, gatefold sleeve, open it up.
Oh, no.
Oh,
no, don't
Do you
even
remember
go
that?
there. Yes, I remember crashing my Cadillac because my mother opened it before me. And my mom was in the car, and I went to, because I thought it was a great, real thrill to go and buy my first album. So I went down to the record shop, and of course it was sealed, wasn't it?
Yes.
And we had on the turban things on the front cover. And when we took that inside picture, that outfit went underneath the red thing that's on the outside cover.
Right.
And they said, well, don't wear the bodysuit underneath. We'll airbrush the other bits out. And stupid us that, okay, no problem. They'll airbrush it out. You know, this is 73. Nobody's going to be that outrageous in 73. And I had bought a Cadillac Seville, and I was driving back to my townhouse. And I said, Mom, open up, see what it says. And she opened it up. And she said, Sheila? I said, what? Sheila? I said, what? And she I kind of looked over, and I, as I was looking over, and I pulled crashed into another car.
Wow.
And I never forgave them. It was awful.
Absolutely.
And you can see from our expressions, if you look at it really well, that we really didn't know what we were doing. We just didn't have a clue. Let somebody try that now.
Thanks again for watching. Don't forget there are many more videos on the channel. If you enjoy any of them, please click on the like button, ring that notification bell so you don't miss out in the future. And above all, if you can, please subscribe. Thank you.